Hello and welcome to one more episode of Give Me the Mic. A while ago, I did a video of how I automate 90% of things I do on YouTube. And this comment came in. But one of the things he was asking for, and for him, this is what brings value, is actually building a bot that deals with YouTube comments. I looked into it, not that easy, but challenge accepted. Let me start with a demo so you can understand what kind of AI integration and automation we're talking about here. After that, I will explain it to you and I will tell you how you can get it, and lastly, what I need in return. And with this, let's jump right into the demo. So just to show you, I am not on my YouTube channel account. So this is a handle different from my YouTube channel handle. You can check that for yourself. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna run the program, put a comment, and then see the response. So I will start with running the program. I'll explain later. I'm doing that just to see it is running over here. It's running, so the comment is here. This part is uncut. I'm not gonna cut the recording from now until we see the outcome. So let's watch the console here, because this will show us basically the steps, how everything is going, and we'll know once we have everything successful. So now we are getting the videos from the channel. Everything happened. You've seen something basically happened, and then there's a success at the end. Now, still it's in the working because we have the videos with the recent comments. We captured the comment. We sent it to ChatGPT. Now ChatGPT will respond to that comment. That response will also go through an API call as an input comment from my account, my YouTube channel account, to the user, which is me using a different account. So let's see that now. In theory, now I should basically refresh this and see the reply. Just one thing to make sure, because part of this is here on Zapier. So let me just see the status of the run. Yep, and we have one successful just now. So if I go back here, I do a refresh, we should find the comment responded to. And voila, you can see it here. If I show it, thank you for your feedback, always looking to improve. I'll take your comment on board. Remember to like and subscribe for more content on AI and tech. Give Me the Mic team. It's impressive if you think of it. Imagine you can do that for hundreds and thousands of comments if you have such a channel. Okay, so now I'll move on to explaining what I've built and how it works in very simple terms. This is my Python code that I've created, as I said, working with ChatGPT. Now it does two things essentially. The first thing, it basically works with a client that you create, and the document that you receive will tell you exactly how to create a client, because essentially you are creating an application for, probably if you do this step by step, it will be for your personal use, but in theory it could be an actual application. So after you create that application, you will have certain credentials. Those credentials fundamentally, without going deeply in authentication, which not rocket science, if you research it, you can get it, is basically giving rights for this application, for this client ID, this client I'm creating on Replit, to access my YouTube channel information. And once you create it, you will need to get access tokens and refresh tokens. This application will do it for you. So it will use the client ID that you create, and it will create, there's something called the client secret, to use them to get an access token and then refresh that token every certain period of time to have always those rights maintained. So now just to quickly go through the code, I will not go deeply in that. You will have it in the document, very easy to understand. And the best way to understand is actually recreate the whole thing yourself with ChatGPT. But basically here, I'm getting those client ID, client secret, refresh tokens that I'm talking about. And by the way, there's a link for this template. So you will not even recreate anything. The code is there, but also you can fork this template in a link that I'll provide in the document. And you will have all these secrets here that you can just basically replace with your own. So the program will automatically work. Other part will be on Zapier. I'll show it later. So you'll need both. But basically, the program will get all these client information that you've created. It will refresh the token and it will make sure that it is valid and can be used to access your YouTube channel. From this point, basically it is using the refresh token. There's a program here created before we go actually to check the comments. This is the Flask. Basically, this is a program that taking the specific link that I took from Zapier as a hook. So I created a webhook in Zapier. It's basically just a link. And this is the application, this program, this code will use to send all the comments to. So once those comments are captured across your channel, those will be sent to this link. So this is code just basically defining that link. So basically this code will later on send all comments there. And then it will always check when was the last time it actually did this run in time and date, timestamp. So it will not respond to one comment twice. If there's anything, any comment, any activity that is after that date, it will register the new date and then it will capture all the comments. So it's taking the channel ID, which is provided in the secrets, it's going into your videos, it's getting video IDs, which has activities, and then it's looking at other components like the top level comments, comment ID, video ID again, parent ID. And by the way, all of this, I've done it and worked it out with ChatGPT, looking at the YouTube documentation and sending it to ChatGPT. And basically with time, I was able to figure it out. It took me some time, but it's here, it's working now, and you're going to get it for free without breaking a sweat. So that's good for you. Even I'm getting the video title to give context to ChatGPT as an AI before it responds to the comments. And then basically it does the last checked here, basically the timestamp. Is this happening after the date already in the stamp or before it? If it's before, ignore. If it's after, yeah, let's take it and send it to the Flask or to the link basically. And that's it. And it does that in an interval. Here you can see I had 1 minute just because of the demo. I will not wait 2 minutes, but you get specific, as I mentioned, tokens with any client. I've calculated the tokens, and if you want to basically work out this program to run smoothly, uninterrupted, without issues, and within the token limit, you need to run it every 30 minutes. So basically, the worst case scenario, someone makes a comment, they will get an automated response within 30 minutes. And then we have all the comments, everything prepared for us and sent to our Zap. So let's go to Zapier. And by the way, all of this can be done in code. I didn't want to code the whole thing because I like Zapier and I cut it short. What I couldn't do in Zapier is actually the authentication part. That's, I think, too much code, too much complexity to do in Zapier. So I had to do it through code in order to authenticate, access my channel and get those comments. Now everything else I can do with Zapier. And this is the template I've created to basically respond to the comments. You will have everything again in the document, so you need not to worry about anything. This is basically a trigger, and this is the link. So this link, this is my link that I took and I defined it in my code. I gave it to the code. This is the link, this is the Zapier webhook that you will send everything to. And then there's a filter, because I don't want, if something comes back as blank or whatever from the API as a response, just in case, I don't think it will happen, but just a second line of defense. I don't want it to be sent to ChatGPT, because everything that goes to ChatGPT, this is an API call, you're going to pay for it extra to your membership. So this is against a paid feature in the account. So it will have some cost. And by the way, this makes sense for big channels. Someone like me, I will never do it, but someone who's getting enough revenue where the customer care aspect of running the channel is very important, definitely worth the money. And you know what it will do here is this will get all the comments, and it might be 10, 20, 100 comments. So it will be responding to each of them separately. This is why I created a loop. Super powerful tool, Zapier. So I created a loop, and for each loop, you can see the information I'm getting. So I'm getting from the webhook a video title, I'm getting the comment that I received, the comment ID, and then the parent comment ID, and then the video ID. All of these I'm using just to make sure every comment I'm responding to is unique. So I'm not replicating or I'm not double responding to any comment. And then basically there's a prompt going to ChatGPT, and you can see it's a very short prompt going to ChatGPT. The message is, this is the comment and this is the video title. Why? Because as I've covered many times in the channel, I am using an OpenAI API assistant, which I will show you. And already I trained it how to respond to my channel, what's my channel about, and how to deal with even specific scenarios. So once it gets that assistant already is trained, so no need to send a big prompt. Once it gets a comment, it will just respond to that. And then finally, after we receive the input from ChatGPT, the API assistant, this is a very simple Python code that will make an API call to respond to that comment. And basically it will have the parent comment ID to respond to that specific comment, and it will have the token, the refresh token, so it can actually push it forward, because without a token you have no authorization to actually put a comment on your channel through an application like Zapier. And then it has the full response, the response from the ChatGPT assistant, and it will run this code, and basically it will push forward that comment as you've seen, and we'll find it online. So before I go to the final part, let me show you the assistant just quickly. So this is the YouTube comment manager, you can see here, and basically I'm asking it to be polite, to be nice, to sometimes respond for a negative or a bad comment with a emoji, smiley face. I think assistants can really do a great job in doing these things. The only reason I think others are not doing it as a official kind of feature in applications like vidIQ or TubeBuddy, I think it's still a very sensitive area where if something goes wrong, they don't want it to be liable to any YouTube channel. But now I'm giving you a blueprint to do it for yourself. You can do it today, you can run it. So we have a bot, you have a blueprint for that bot. You can deploy it today and have it respond to your YouTube channel comments. So what do I want against all of this? Pretty much nothing. You know, I'm creating this community because I genuinely believe that there's so much potential with people who traditionally were not able to create things online because either we couldn't dedicate the time or we didn't actually study coding in the past. And we feel it's something that we want to do, we want to go into. And maybe it's someone that simply just needs to build something they never were able to translate or communicate to someone else as a developer and do it. Today is the right time. Today we are in the middle of the no code, low code AI revolution. And this is why I'm creating this community. I think we can surprise ourselves. I am definitely surprising myself creating things like that just with dedicating some time. And I want you to do the same. And to grow that community, it is very important. This is what really fuels my fire, so to speak. What I will ask for is simply, please like this video, share this video with others, tell them about it, tell them about the community, to subscribe to it, and definitely give me a comment. That will always help me more individually as Samer than anything else. And on top of that, I want you to not just take it and run it and that's it. I want you to actually try to improve it, build something with it. I think that this is a very solid potential for a SaaS idea, and this will be part of something I'm going to cover on the channel going forward. I will take you with me on a journey. No guarantees this journey will succeed, but still I'm going to go through that journey of trying to build this tool as a SaaS using purely no code or maybe low code tools. And I'll take you along with me on that journey. Maybe fail, maybe succeed, but we'll all learn together. Finally, I'll include the link where you can submit your request to get the document with everything around this video, and other links to some videos I created that maybe are related that you would be interested to watch. And with that, you'll have everything to create your own bot. Thank you for hanging in, and goodbye.